Hello and welcome to more Factorio. I am having a dickens of a time with my back. I've got a cushion I use for lumbar support, but it's not really doing its job. It doesn't help that it's incredibly sticky. It's not that hot, but it's just really humid and it's very unpleasant. Anyway, enough of my misery. Let's get this flipping game loaded up. So, as the title suggests there, 44A, I did a little bit of stuff. And what I did, basically, is I worked out roughly some things we could do depending on how quickly we get this done. Because this is the goal, to get Blue Science up and running today. I suspect that's all we'll do. But if we don't, if we go, if that proves to be super quick, I have not loaded up. That's a silly thing to have done. I've not loaded up. Where are they? I don't know if that's come across, but no, that's. Huh. What the heck is that? Oh, I know what that is. Right, manage screenshots. I don't know if it's appear. It shouldn't do because it does the show on disk. There we go. Oops. Across there. Now, where is this Blue Science build? That's the red science bit, red circuits bit of it. So you shouldn't be able to see these, but in case you can. What have I got there then? That's the. Blimey, okay. Because the blue science is big. I mean, it's not as big as we're going to get, but it's big. So, yeah, okay. So that's the next goal for today. Where the heck is the first? Where's the grey science? That's the grey science. There we go. Right, so that's the one we're working on now. Sorry, I've got a new phone, and I have joined the modern world with my new phone in that it's a smartphone. And right, there we go. Oh, yeah, so what I've done basically, I say I worked out some things. I turned that off, didn't I? Yeah, worked out some things. So there's like some land. We need to landfill this because we need to do this. But it seems like this coal patch is gone. This copper is virtually gone. Where is it? This copper here is virtually gone. We could stick some, speed modules in that and get that eaten up. What else? I started slapping down some more solar because we've reached the point where basically, let's do the hour chart. Overnight, the accumulators are kicking in, so steam, the nuclear's not quite doing it overnight, but that's fine. I mean, we've got effectively double. But yeah, so I just stuck in a couple more nuclear power things, and they're building them. Excuse me. What else? I was trying to work out. So I think I've worked out what I'm going to do with a bus, which is keep it. And what I'm going to do is move these basically over to here, and we'll have the sort of bus base compact into this area, and we'll have a completely separate train network. So that's going to require some jiggery pokery. But it should be okay because I'm a bit concerned that there's going to be a lot of traffic jam with these guys going out. And I think I probably do want to keep this. I'm probably even going to keep the science because I can use that as like a stopgap, as in basically. So if these guys don't quite do 5,000, this I know does a 500 consistently and no problem, so long as I feed in material. But there's some traffic jams going on, and for example. Where is it here? well, this it's sat there now, but there's occasional flow problems with red circuits and all sorts of stuff like that. So I'm thinking eventually I'll probably move that over there, and it also frees up big space then. But I've got so much landfilling to do. One of the big lessons I've learned on this is if I'm going to do this sort of thing again, from either as a stream thing or for me personally, is to turn the amount of water down. There's far too much. I mean, the water's brilliant for choke points, but that's all it's brilliant for. This is just wasted space, basically, because you don't really need a lot of water, and it doesn't have any fluid things like, you can't suck this water dry. You can't stick a pump in it and then take all the water out. It's just permanently there. Anyway, yeah. So the goal now, what we're going to do right now, is finish off the grey. What I did basically, because I obviously had this issue that these were too close to this junction. This is still a bit of a traffic jam when it happens. But what I've done, I've moved these over, and so I tweaked this. So this was a big, obviously long, just in case bit of room. So I've moved the whole thing right. I've then moved these over and put in. This is the copper now, but it means we're going to have to put the actual science loading. I mean, I could put it on this side, but I'm going to have to put the science loading here, or sort of over here or something. Don't like the option of putting yet more stuff on this lane here. So I'm going to have to put the science loading here, which means it's going to cross over. Not great, but also I'm going to have to belt it all the way across. Well, let's actually get it up and running. So let's turn the train station notes back on. So basically, this is going to be the copper. And then we're going to have 2 irons. Obviously, the stone and the coal are done, and I've hooked all of them back up. So it's all sort of waiting, for the next 2 things. So we'll hop in Spidey. Go over here. I put the trains down as well, but then there's no, train orders on there. So what I will do is I will chuck some fuel in. So, in fact, actually, let's put some legs on. That's from where I was, moving it all over, because there's the whole. What I should have done is planned it out properly, rather than, set the coal and stone brick going. Because what that means is that I've got tons and tons of stuff sat in chests, and I had to, fiddle about moving it around. Good day. How goes the factory? Hello, Rivet the cat. It goes well. At the moment, I am building my grey science build for my sort of Megabase scale stuff. Hopefully, shouldn't take too long, and then I'm going to tackle blue science in this space here, basically. Yeah, not doing too badly. I need to set this going, don't I? So, this is. Where are we? This is grey. Grey science. And then it's copper. Plate. Unload. So we will give this a mission to go to copper pickup and then come back here, copper unload, and we want you to fill, and we want you to empty, and we want you to go. Are you Rivet the cat? I don't know if you're you've seen any of my streams before. I'm happy to sort of run through the sort of goal of the series if you haven't, but if you have, but you're just not chatter, that's totally fine. I personally don't tend to do a lot of chatting when I watch streams, so no problem. Did it right? In fact, actually, I've only got 2 left, haven't I? So you've probably got some nuclear stuff. Right, let's put the last couple in there. So these 2 are going to be identical. That's a point, actually. I probably want to call them something different. Yeah, there we go. So let's chuck that in there. And that in there. Okay. So at least got a bit of fuel to get them going. So this is going to be iron plate. I usually always put filters on because although I tend to prefer, two-headed, trains that turn around to loops. There are loops in this system, so just sort of guarding against any, how shall I put it, strange behaviour, shall we say. Right, so I guess I should name these slightly differently, shouldn't I? Because I don't want all of the trains going to one stop because I want all of the output from it, I think. I need to divide it up because I need effectively, I need 11 lanes basically in total. Of material, but it's actually spread out over more things. Right, so if we name this grey science, and then it's bing, 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 it's plate 1. That's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Bit of a rubbish name. Okay. Then let's just copy that. Paste that over there. I've not been here before, working on my own factory, but motivation is the issue today. Oh, right, okay. Whereabouts are you in your factory building? Are you a Megabase builder, or are you sort of relatively new, relatively early in the cycle? Or right, so I need to rename that too. I know the motivation thing. It's sort of, I get very obsessional, and I did with this space. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I was playing it almost continuously to the extent it was kind of, I almost burnt out on it. I was a bit sort of, because I was basically trying to set it up so that I was doing interesting stuff on the stream, and I was having to clear out biters just all the way out here, and it was taking hours and hours and hours. And I say I got a bit sort of jaded with it, I think. I have a nuclear Megabase that runs at 4K science per minute, but it's starting to stress the PC with all the pollution and calculations. So I started a solar energy factory to see how far I could push the system with this time. All right, okay. At the moment, I've got a hybrid. I actually, in the series, there was a point where basically I completely sucked all of my. I was going mostly solar panel, and I kind of sucked all of the accumulators and everything dry because I was. I had like a starter base here, and I decided to pick it all up, but I was stupid with it, where I set all of the bots to emptying all the chests, and it just completely sucked all the power dry, and everything just basically fell over, and the entire base just collapsed, sort of thing. So there was then a big scramble to get nuclear sort of up and running. And so I've sort of gone, I've been a bit paranoid with it since. So the base actually, at some point I'm going to have to basically disassemble this because of the whole fluid mechanics thing. But basically there's like enough power to run the base either way. At the moment, as I say, eventually it's going to be bigger than that. But the thing I think about solar, it's just ridiculous how much space it takes, isn't it? I mean, my walls basically were here originally. Those were the edges of the original base. And I've pushed this all the way out. Well, a lot of this is going to go because it's just material that I'm, just using for the moment. But, I'm going to have to landfill all of these lakes and then fill it all out with solar in order to provide the sort of 15 plus gigawatts I'm going to need. And it's like, it's just over the top, really. I mean, obviously it's great for the game performance thing, but yeah, it's just a ridiculous amount of space. That is roughly providing the same power as that. And if the fluid mechanics wasn't an issue, I'd probably just stick with the nuclear. But anyway, What are we doing? So this train needs to go from... Now this is 1, isn't it? Yeah, this is 1. So this needs to go from 1 to one of the irons. It needs to fill. It needs to empty. Oh. Why have you not done anything? Oh, because I put them the wrong way around. Yeah. Oh. What are you waiting for? So I'll just copy that over and then I'll just tweak the thing for this. So it wants to go to number 2 instead of 1. Wait. I got them the wrong way. So that should be empty and that should be full, shouldn't it? Right. So can I find that other train? Where did it go? So we got that there. So that should be full and that should be empty. 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 So go to iron and pick, fill up, come to here and empty. Right. And have you got the same one? Have I messed that up again? So you go to there and fill up, you go there and empty. Okay, right. So we should have all the raw stuff. Yeah, a real dredge. The steel is another thing. I can sort of understand why they've done it, but you know, I've been, because what I've been doing, I've been using creative mode to actually sort of design these things. Mainly, as I say, because I've never Megabase before, so it's all sort of a bit new to me. And the purple was well, I haven't really finished it. It's just a revelation. The amount of steel for, you know, the amount of science that I want to do is just unbelievable. 8 to 3. There we go. You know, almost like, I mean, well, to be totally honest, I almost wouldn't believe it if I hadn't had to sort of put it all together. You know, it's that sort of scale of ridiculous. I should have. That'd be better if I put that round like that, wouldn't it? Because then I can line that one up. There we go. Line that up there. There we go. That's better. So are you... oh, I've not lined that up. What have I managed to do there? It needs to go one tile over, isn't it? Nuts. Oh, now I'm getting the light. So it's there. Yeah, you're full of copper. Marvellous. Right, so where are my... Oh, where are my corners? No, wrong one. Okay. Put that there. Right. Fill that in. Da-da-da. Okay. Need to be a bit careful here because obviously this ammo needs to go up here as well. I was thinking about how to sort of send it through because obviously this is, well, not obviously, but this is not quite how I put it together on the original blueprint, because I wasn't thinking about trains when I did that. Not blueprint, the original plan. Right, so I need to hook up iron as well, and then we should at least be making everything that we need to. So we want, where are we? Here we go. That one there, that one there. All of these need to be iron. So, whoops. Like that. Oh, there we go. Right. Like that. No. Missed. There we go. Right, now that line is iron as well, I think. Yeah, that must be iron. And that one. Okay. And then these three are iron. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the idea that I've got... In fact, actually, we might be better doing it from the other end. Yeah, okay. So that's 10 lanes, isn't it? Because I've got my 10 lane balancer. I downloaded. Feels like I've missed one. But I don't think I have. Actually, let's put them together. Right. Let's run this up here. Like that. Oop. So let's just double check. So that's iron coming in, turned into steel. Then I got further iron along here, which is making the yellow ammo, and then whatever's left. I'm probably going to have to divert that round to combine those two, but we'll have to see about that. Going to grenades. That's grenades, 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 grenades. Okay. So if we copy this down, because what I'm thinking, it's a bit complicated, but we'll give it a go. Is we put an 8 to 5 balancer here, because I don't want a situation where sort of one of them runs out and the other one's still running. I want both of them to keep running. So if we turn both of these into 5s, and then we do like a 10 balancer here. I should download some more balancers, I think, because I think I'm going to end up with some weird maths going on. But right, so that'll be 10 there. There's 5 over here. Like that. Is that the right way? No, that's the wrong way. That's that one there. Like that. And then this should be this one. I need to flip that one round. And then where's my 10 balancer? That's in this blueprint, I think. Somewhere up in the there we go, in the outposts. So that should be that one. And then basically go this way. Up here. Oops. I hate that it doesn't do the snap thing for the blueprints. You know, where it does the lane snapping. Is that right? Right. So get rid of that. And that. In fact, where have you lot gone? You're over there. So fill them out for me, please. So let's find the corners again. Oh, they're the wrong way around. What's happened there? Like that. Okay. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. How are you lot doing? So why are you lacking motivation, Rabbit? The cat? Is it just reached a grindy part of the game, or? Or you're sort of more stuck, as it were. That's right. There we go. Over there, and then this one to there. Up to there. Down there. There we go. Right. So it should just be this little bit here. And you're making steel, you're making steel, you're making steel. Should make it all the way down. It did in my testing, but we'll have to see. Obviously, you've got that thing where it has to fill up the, sort of internal buffer, so it might be a bit shonky for a little while, but. Cool. So they're all smelting steel. So steel coming in here. Why are you not grabbing steel? Oh, you've not got output, of course. I need to hook that all up. So the question really is here. Does any... Oh, that's the wrong way around. Why is that the wrong way around? As is that. That one's okay there. I find it very difficult sometimes to tell which way around. I know they've got the arrows on, but if you zoom out, it's very difficult to see what's going on. So you're making grenades. You're making grenades. You haven't got very much coal, though. Why haven't you got very much coal? Okay. Oh, it's partly because... Oh, no. Sorry, I thought there was a gap in the belts then, but there isn't. No, that's all fine. Oh, it's just backing up, basically, isn't it? So these should now have everything bar piercing ammo. I find it hard to motivate because I've already solved everything. I have over 900 hours of sustained rocket launches. Blimey. It's no longer a challenge, it's just work, but I'm really curious to see how far solar base goes versus a nuclear base. Interesting. So do you do modding? Have you tried any of the mods, or it's just that doesn't interest you sort of thing? Like Factorio 2? And obviously the famous one is Bobs and Angels, and there's another one that's quite famous, isn't there, that's really hard. Pyanodons. That's the one I'm thinking of. Right, so I say this is a bit sort of, how to put it? The maths is a bit weird on this, because I've got 9 of these, and then I've obviously got, is it 40, I think, of these? So it doesn't sort of round up evenly. So what I'm thinking of doing, basically, is kind of routing these round in a sort of a strange way, if you see what I mean. So basically try and, use these 3 to fulfill most of this, I think. Let's have a look at my original, what I did in my picture. Hang on. Because I remember it being weird, basically, and sort of routing it around in very strange ways. So what did I do? I took it across that way from there. Didn't I? What am I doing on that corner? How is that getting... Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Yes, so it's basically double outputs on them, essentially. With the point being that... right, so essentially, I say there's like double out... Oh, what are we doing there? Like that, double outputs. And these five... Oh, I'm doing the middle one. Why am I doing the middle one? Let's just do the middle one then. So they go across here, and these first ones, they feed these directly, sort of thing. I think blue insert is fine. We'll see. And so this goes out of these here. So I need to copy and paste that. Onto these. Like that. But then we have a secondary output on all of them. Going out the top, basically. Using my classic weirdness of how I do this belt thing. I think it's weird, I don't know, maybe everyone does it this way. But. So that's going up there, like that. And then, actually, I'll just do that. And that one goes across there. That one, oops, there. Like that, and then like that. So plop all of these in. That one. There. 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 So these come out the top. Like this. And then we feed them down the side, basically, for the rest of them. Oh. What's happened there? Right. Oh. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with the stream. There's some weird numbers going on with the bit rate. But I think it's just the processor having a bit of a fit rather than the actual stream going up and down. But let me know if there is any specific problems. Right, so I've got 2 lanes here, haven't I? So let's just do that first. So how do I get that in there? If I put that in there like that, and then have you lot come over here, like so. Because we can do that corner around there. Oh, it's just underground it across. I could weave it past this, but I'm not sure I can be bothered. So, like that, and then put them over there. And like that. Bit of belt madness, but there we go. And this is the output here. And I should be able to just copy and paste, so long as I underground here. Do that. In fact, is it on the copy and paste? No. Let's do it again then. So copy that. Like that. Plop this on each of these, as long as I make sure to get it lined up properly. Like that. And that. Copy and paste is brilliant. Probably one of my favourite things in the game. But I have a terrible habit of miscopying and misplacing. Like that. And then basically it's one of these cascade jobs. I think, in fact, let's get the bots over and get this filled out. Because the ghosts are confusing me a bit. I've done the K2 mod. I did enjoy the pollution scrubbing aspect of that. It was neat. And some of the chemical recipes were pretty fun. I just find that overhaul mods don't really add anything but work. The game is still the same. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've tried, in fact, way back in the archive, there's some streams of me playing Crash Storio 2. And it was like, I kind of like the idea of overhaul mods, but the sort of reality of them is, it's like, how can I put it? they change stuff for the sake of it. This is going to get weird, isn't it? Because that's not going to fit properly. Bum. This needed to be one tile down. Urgh, that's annoying. Okay, let's just plop it in for the time being and see what we can do. But yeah, you know, and I was like, for example, I think yeah, it was Factorio 2. So it was like, it was doing a thing where in order to make iron plate, you had to the ratios were exactly the same, but you had to like load in 10 bits of iron ore, and then it would give you 10 bits of iron plate, and it's like, why? I don't, you know, it's almost different for the sake of being different, which, you know, is fine sort of thing, but it's like, it's not really changing anything. It's just different, you know. That's why I prefer. I mean, I also, I mean, it's obviously sort of, you know, the space exploration is kind of, as it were, better known. But the, yeah, let's put one of, oh, these haven't got. Why hasn't that got the priority on it? Yeah, I prefer like the concept of something like space exploration, where it. Oh no, it was space expansion I played, where it's just that was just grind. It was literally just make millions of, you know, science packs, and it was like, well, okay, it's just pointless really. But yeah, it was like, I like the sort of concept of something like that, where it's a proper, you know, expansion to the game, and I'm sure you know, but that, you know, that's obviously what they're going for. Or I believe that's what they're going for with the expansion they're making. So hopefully they can. So these don't appear to have any modules in. Why not? Okay. So let's stick some modules in. But yeah, so, you know, it's like Bobs and Angels. So I'm watching somebody play it through at the moment, and it's, I don't know. I quite like some of the things that are in Angels because it's more realistic. And it's not quite the word to use, but it's sort of more, I say, more realistic with what the recipes are. You know, so you don't get any weirdness. Like when you're making low density structures and you're somehow combining steel, copper, and plastic to make something that's really light. I don't know if you lifted any steel, but it's not light. So that's the copper going in. Is it making it all the way down, or do I need to actually do? So that's not really getting all the copper. That it needs. Okay. So what I can probably do is switch that out for a 8 to 6 balancer. How did I do it on my? So I'm referring to a picture. Oh, it did have 2 lots of copper on it. Okay, I've misunderstood that when I've been building this new version then. So we need to get rid of this and stick in an 8 to 6 instead. Now how am I going to fit that in? So we want an 8 to 6. Okay, if I put it there, make sure there's no trains coming. Put it here. These guys don't have a lot of spare room, so it's trying to stick copper in where there is no room for copper. Let's chuck this in. Some of these. Just get rid of it. There you go. So, on 8 to 6 instead. Which way round is that? That's that way round. Get rid of that. In fact, let's get you out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Right. So these, oops. So do you work with, have you got sort of blueprints you've put together Rabbit the cat, or are you more sort of a, how to put it, gut feel builder? But I mean, as in blueprints you carry between games is what I mean. Because it's one of the things I sort of discovered. You know, if I ever sort of try this again, I need to work from. I mean, they'd be my. You know, I've absolutely no problem with, you know, anyone doing, you know, using downloaded blueprints. You know, I totally support. You know, play the game that you want to. But I say, if I was to do this again, I'd probably carry some of these things over that I'm doing now, and you know, and or spend some time designing blueprints for things, particularly sort of early mid game, because although I've kind of got that down pat because I've sort of done it so many times. Oh, you're going to be in the way, aren't you? Okay, let's move that over there. Certainly, you know, certainly found that, because the thing I enjoy most about the game is designing stuff, but the amount of time I've spent designing things has really slowed it all down, and it's like, it feels like really, you know, it's kind of more about efficiency, I think, megabasing. Well, that's, you know, that's the feeling I've had anyway. Right, so that should be okay for that first one. And then what? Oh, missed that one. What I've done, I think, is sort of blended these together basically. So rather than that, like that. That's what I've done, I think. Looks like, according to my little picture. So if I do that to there, and that to there, like that, like that. Oh, it's on the wrong side. Okay. 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 Make sure there's no trains coming. Oops. Build everything yourself. I build by feel. It's easier than trying to math out the perfect ratio. And using someone else's blueprint just feels cheaty. So other than a super basic nuclear reactor blueprint, the belt balancing, so everything's your own. Yeah. So yeah. These belt balances are all downloaded. This is a book on, you know, Factorio prints by Durabiz, and then the 10 to 10. Sorry. Yeah, the 10 to 10 balancer is also a download as well. But I think if I had to make my own balancers, it would just break my brain. That's just not something I could do. Why? Oh, of course. You lot need to come down here and fill it all out for me. But yeah, so I mean, you know, very much the same. I think of I like to build my own stuff and use my own stuff. But so you know, people should play the game however they want. But so this is all full here. Oh, I guess this is all backed up now. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's go and build the pickup. Make sure you're not gonna leave or anything. So we want the rail connection. Right, turn my bots off. And where's the right turn? Yeah, there we go. So I guess probably that one. I'll just plop it down for the minute. and see how this works. Where is the... There it is. So that should fit on there. Can I put it any closer? No, it's going to have to be there, isn't it? So that's the pickup. I made a mess of planning this out, basically the grey science, because I should have plopped it all down with blueprints first. Oh, you know, plopped all the blueprints down and spaced it all out properly, but I didn't. I started actually sending trains round, and basically I've trapped myself into a space that, you know, is too small, essentially. Not by a lot, you know, but it's just too small. Right, so send you over there. No, that's the landfill. What do I want the landfill to do? I wanted it to do something, didn't I? Let's send you over there and just fill that out. So it's you lot. Need to come and do that. I'm obviously trying to do this with... Oh, just extended the wrong one. With belts, because I love belts, basically. There's no more, you know, common sense than that. It's just I like them, so I'm gonna use them. Oops. What are you doing? Okay, line all them up. Okay, and then, well, actually, let's copy and paste it. And I think this should cover, doesn't it stretch across both? Yeah, there we go. Like that. And then fill that in. Make sure the trains aren't moving. You got in the way, Spider. You got in the way. No, that was your fault. Threw me off. Cool. There. I think every stream I say I should do a blueprint with undergrounds on it and then completely forget to do it. So, if we take this up to here somewhere. Have you filled that? No, put that in. Cool. So, maybe if we put a balancer here. 8 to 8. I don't know, put it here maybe somewhere. And then weave all the belts through. I didn't mean an 8 to 8, I meant a 4 to 8. Probably same difference though. 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 8. There we go. That way around. That's right. There. And then that up. It's not, I mean, for when you're back with toast, don't feel you need to chat. I say I personally I don't actually like the term lurker because it's not actually a positive word, but I don't generally do a lot of chatting myself on stream, so there's no problem if you just want to watch along. More than happy with people just watching. Put that there. So we want wrong one. We want that one there, like that, and we want that one there. Up to that. Probably gonna have to go and get more belts and stuff, but we'll lay all this out, see how much we can do, and take this around here. just do a paste. Like that. Cool. Oh, there's a bit of a gap there. I'm checking for trains and I haven't actually set the train going yet, so don't know why I'm doing that. Right, so let's move you out of the way. Oh, you're not following number 5. Okay. Right, so this is grey science. So what have I just called them? Yeah, just beaker, grey beaker. Cool. Grey beaker load. Excellent. And then somebody's got trains. You've got trains. Pop that there. 3, 4. And them 2. I'm not going to have enough. Oh. Randomly got 7. 7 grey beakers. Right. So, your job is to go from grey beaker load to grey beaker unload, and to wait from going full to empty. But you've not got any fuel. I think we've only got 1 nuclear fuel, haven't we? I could go and pinch some out of the... Right, let's get in the spider and fill this out as we go. The other train should have fuel in, so we can steal some of that. Cool. Now, we will have to see if they can all run... Oh, why is the coal in there? I know why there's coal in there. Because when that goes to the coal station... Now there's an unexpected problem. Basically, the other problem I've had in this playthrough is I'm trying to be too clever for my own good. Where has it gone? So the coal is this one. Because I've set my stations up to handle both 242 and 484 trains. Which is why they've got this weird arrangement here. But of course when a 484 is pulling up, these inserters are just going to stick coal in it. Because I haven't filtered the thing to be just nuclear fuel. So there you go. There's an unexpected strangeness. What was I actually doing? I didn't grab its fuel, did I? Oh, nuts. Let's go and grab some of from the stone then. So let's grab 2 of them. And I didn't really need 2, but there we go. Stick them in there. Right, so we can turn you on. A while before you fill up. It should be back in a minute, the coal train. So I can hopefully put a filter on the thing. But I need to do, I need to let it sort of chunk through a bit, because obviously all the material's sort of backed up. So I basically need to see, it doesn't look like there's enough iron getting through there. And those lads appear quite hungry, because that's pausing every so often. So it looks like I might need more lanes of iron. I've got more lanes, so that's not a problem. But they are very hungry, aren't they? Yeah. Not quite getting enough stuff. Yeah. What about you lot? I mean, you're pausing, but is that because you're running out of... Yeah, because they're running out of yellow ammo. Oops. Yeah. It's occasional run out of yellow ammo. Does that matter, is the question. Oh, I can also do that. Helps with the flow a bit. And can I do another one? Not really, because there is the occasional bit getting through. Oh, actually, that should be a... that. So maybe I can do another one. As that kind of, you know, if machines... The way I've done it, it's like overkill. So long as the science runs, and even there, I don't need it to be 100% to do what I'm trying to do. They're all running, aren't they? So is that a problem, that it's not getting the iron through? So they're running fine. Oh, no, you're not. Because you don't have red ammo. Oops. Why don't you have red ammo? Yeah, so these ones I do need to run quicker, really, don't I? Okay. Okay, so we'll add a bit more iron plate on. Because the steel seems to be overkill, but that's because it's not running properly. Okay, so let me think. Because the biggest balancer I've got is the 10x10. I'm surprised there's not more back pressure, actually. In fact, why is that not properly full? Oh. I must have put... Have I put that blueprint down wrong? I've hooked it up wrong. Because it has a gap in the middle. So we can do that. Because this should be connected here rather than where I've put it. So it should be that. Oh, I didn't turn my volts maker. So that should be that, basically. And then this should be over here. Oh, that's annoying. If I go and break the lines, I'll let the material pull through for a bit. This one won't, because obviously it's broken. I can sort that out once they've all run through. Yeah, the 10x10 balancer blueprint. It doesn't go 10 straight in. There you go. So you see it's got the gap of 4 in the middle. You know, where it's looping back on itself. So let's just cut and paste these. Like that. And I'll hook this back up. And that at least means all the material's coming through properly. Just let it feed through and see what effect that has. It takes a while to get through a balancer like this. Okay. So we're now not getting any gaps. So just let it run through. So that we're solid plate. I say we should get some back pressure effect as well. That, you know, won't hurt us. So let this chunk through. Right, so that should all be maximum material coming through. Yeah. So he's running fine. Well, he's not actually. What have I done on my original plan then? Because that's way more material than... I've got... Oh, blimey. Wow, okay. I've underestimated that. I've actually got three inputs to it. So there's not just two, there's three. But what I've done... Why have I done that, I wonder? I guess because it's not needed here. But what I've actually done... I've basically done a split off from here. So we do some cascades down. And fed it in there, basically. That doesn't make sense, though. Be easier, or better, to do it in here, basically. So if we go down, oops, go over here. So maybe like that. Oops. And what am I trying to do there? Because if I do that, I can't merge them together, can I? I've side-loaded it in the other one, and I guess that's why. Okay. Done that, basically. And then added one of them in there, you see. But what I could do, as well, is put something like that. Okay. Because these definitely don't need all the iron that these are providing. But it'd been more sensible to have a proper third input. I guess I was just improvising my way around it, really. Right, so are you now getting enough iron? Now you're getting enough. Well, tiny little pause there. Can I boost that up? Maybe make that a stack inserter? I don't want to mess around with desyncing them and stuff. I can't be bothered with all that. Yeah, that's all fine now. Okay, so if we do a similar sort of thing, yeah, go on then. Let's do that. Like that. And that. Two of them. Oh. No. Oh. Helps if you put them in. So that's not ideal, but are you now running at full chat? You're running at full chat. Excellent. You're not even running because you're at full. Why are you full? Are we... Is this full? No, it's nowhere near full. Where's the... Oh. Oh, is that because I disconnected it all and it's all sort of stopped? Maybe. Because they're running full speed, aren't they? Because that's got all its stuff. Tiny little pause with a copper there. Maybe another inserter then. Could probably get away with that. Fast inserter, I imagine. So there was a tiny little pause with a copper. No, that's all fine now. That's all good. Ah. No. Take a little while for it to work through that, I think. Why is that one paused? Grenades. But grenades are backed up, aren't they? Oh, you're not backed up. Oh. It's not quite enough coal getting through now. Is that because did I have more? Where's the coal? No, it's just the one. Oh, no, it isn't. That's not enough coal. Huh. I was obviously not paying a lot of attention yesterday. Right. Basically, it's not enough coal coming in because that's why these are running out. Which means, because I've done the similar sort of thing in the other area, which basically, so I've basically run this over and then blended it in. So, oops, switch that to that and put that as a blend in, basically. Okay. So this then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where did this train go, anyway? Why is it not? Well, I bet it's been back and forth several times, but so here it is. Is that you there? It is. Okay. Because that'll be quite slow, basically. Because if it's started running on coal. So what I can do instead, you see. In fact, let's just take them out. Get rid of all that. Because it's not. I don't think it's 10 lanes that it needs. This is why it was further over that way originally. I think that's what I was originally doing. Okay. Right. Fine. I mean, this, the whole point of this is it's very much a learning experience for me. So, I'm going to get things wrong all the time, but it's fun to learn, as it were. Well, that's what they tell me, anyway. So that in there. Is the coal train still not back? Put that there, like that. Do that there. In fact, let's put that in there first. Oh, is that the coal train? That's the coal train. Okay. Pop your manual. You can. Oh no, you can't force them, can you? Could I not? Huh. Okay. But if we get rid of the coal, any coal that's in there, I'm not going to be able to do that, though, am I? Because I haven't got enough nuclear fuel on me. How am I going to do that then? I could go and pinch some from one of these other trains. Let's pop you on manual then. I'm going to have to think of a solution to that, and I'm not entirely sure what that is. Because I thought you could, you know, filter basically the fuel slots, but I guess not. I mean, the ultimate solution would be I fuel them at this end and take out the fueling on the other side. Or I go with, you know, 2 stops, because the coal station, the coal outposts are different because, of course, you know, I'm not doing any. If I'm going to do a plastics at any point, then, you know, with coal, then I'll do that as a separate exercise. So I can put. Actually, if I just dump that in there, because I got a load of iron plate and copper from when I've been messing around. So 1 more. There's so much nuclear fuel kicking about in this base; it's almost ridiculous. Let's just make sure I've got loads. I don't want to run out. And yeah, that'll do, I'm sure. Right, off you go. Off you go. Right. Okay. So I put nuclear fuel in. It shouldn't be too much of a problem because, you know, it lasts for ages. But as I say, I do need to think of a sort of a more sensible way of doing that. Probably put maybe a logic condition on the things. Or as I say, I could have two stops basically at one coal outpost. One for my bus trains and one for these. It's just another example of me being right. Have you got all you've got 3? You got 3. You got 3. Too clever for my own good, you see. 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, off you go. Now this should have chunked through. This is that. Let's put all of these in first. That. And that needs to be there. And then this is here. Oh, crikey. Ribbit the cat. Thank you very much for the follow. It's just the default. I don't actually know if you can set the volumes. It's really loud for me. But I'm sure you can. I can fiddle with it. Oh, what am I doing there? Fiddle with the volumes. So that needs to be done there for the notification noises, but it always makes me jump because it's so loud. Right, so let's bring the spiders over, get it all filled out, and just double check I've then got So that's where I'm blending it in. That's where I'm blending it in. That's all across there. So all I need to do now, simply a matter of getting enough lanes of coal over. If we just pull this up and I'll sort of start again, basically. Because I'm going to need, in theory, 10? No, I need 12 in theory, don't I? But what I can do, because it's not quite 2, I don't think. 2 full lanes, it's like, you know, slightly under. So if I turn this into a 10 lane, and if it's more than that, then I'm kind of screwed because, you know, because I can use this again to turn it into 10 lanes. But say if it's more than 10 that I actually need, that was a silly place to put that because I need to weave the belts around. So if we put it up here, so I've got plenty of room. So I didn't actually bring the, I had the calculator on that I was using the other day. I didn't actually bring it up today because I was all cocky. Yeah, I'll put that in the wrong. Why have I done that? Right, let's have another go. Like that. Oh. Let's have another go. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5. Okay, and let's bring you around there, like that. Here we go, this is better. Up there. Oh, of course, it's only 8 lanes, isn't it? Yeah, I'm doing 8 to 10. Okay. Let's take that across there then. Pull all of this up. And what the heck is going on here? So that's those 4 there. Sorry, this is... I'm being totally dumb here. Right, so let's hook them 4 up. That's what's going on. Like that. There we go. Bit of a spaghetti job. What are you lot waiting for? I guess the spiders are full, are they? Yeah, it's the spiders. Gotta run. Friend needs help killing monsters in another game. Good luck on the factory. Catch up with you later. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thanks for joining me with the cat. Don't know if you've gone already, but I say thanks for popping by and chatting. It's always great to have people chatting, but I say it's never. I kind of never expect anyone to sort of, you know, if you do want to say hi and chat, you know, love to have a little chat. But I say, if not, then you know that's equally great. What I'm going to do, basically, I'm going to chuck this rubbish in here, and I'm going to send the spider back, basically, because I've ended up with a whole inventory load of rubbish. And you're sort of running out of belt. Well, you're not running out of belt, but I'm going to use that as an excuse. And they've all got weird bits of coal and stuff. So I'm going to send them back, because it's not that far. It's just over here, basically. Send them back, and they'll restock, etc., etc. And in the meantime, I can work out what the heck I'm doing here. Right. So we've got 10 lanes, but we only need, well, we need 12. Okay, but they're not 4 lanes that is needed. What's going to be tricky is that I don't have enough room for 10 lanes, I don't think, because I moved it over. Let's have a check. So if this was, because this needs to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's not enough room. Okay. Okay. So this should be interesting. Because we basically need one of those like that. Hmm. Okay. I mean, the main problem is this thing. Because by the time they get down here, there won't actually be, 10 lanes or whatever. And I'm not doing any fueling over here yet anyway. But there's also room to just stick that in there. Okay, so that's one problem solved. So what I need is 10 lanes. Because I think I've screwed myself a little there by putting that right next to each other. This is the problem with improvising. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 lanes. Like that. So yeah, you see it overlaps with the train. But what we can do is... Oops. Not that. Because now the first couple basically be direct feeding. Like that. And then we can start using the cascade balancers to move stuff over. So we need cascade balancer there. Yeah, I caused myself some real problems there by putting that in that location. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 9, 10. Uh-huh. Okay. So this would effectively move it over to, is my thinking process, such as it is. Oops. So that'll come up there. And then we want some corners. Turn everything around. And 2, and then like that. Like that. Okay, across there. Oops. See, this is what comes of not planning, and also not really knowing what you're doing. But one is excusable, the other isn't. No, that needs to be a direct feed in there. There we go. Okay. So that's the maximum extent of our thing, isn't it? So if we make a little bit of space. So effectively there's 2 lanes being lost there. Like that. And then we can put another one of these in here. Yeah, okay. So let's pull that up. And then we'll kind of copy and paste this bit. Plop that in there for a couple. And then we'll assume it has eaten a couple of lanes worth. And we'll put these in here. This is quite the abomination. 5, 6. that. It's good to know I can do horrible spaghetti at any stage of the game. So I want 4 going through there. And that needs to be like that, doesn't it? Right, are you not restocked yet? You are. Okay. Come over here and fill this monstrosity in for me. Please. Well, so much for getting to blue science. I don't know I've quite managed to fail to even finish grey science yet. What's going on here? So if we imagine that that's a couple of lanes coming out like that. Come on. Where are you? So this is coming out around here, and then we got a couple of direct feed lanes in. I could always put a priorities, cascade there. But this then pulls over the material to that lane. That then pulls it over to here. We'll block a couple of them off. So we've got something going on there. So that should be coming out there. And then we, again, cascade pull everything over. And lose a couple of lanes. Lose a couple of lanes. So hopefully that should work. I need to put the priorities on, but you can't do that with ghosts. Here they come. To show me up. Fill the blueprint in. Show how badly I've messed up. No, it should be okay. But as I say, it took me an hour to move this over this morning. Not because it was difficult, but just because there were all tons and tons of coal on all the belts. Right, so we need to put output priorities, and then basically to discover almost immediately that I shouldn't have done that because I've squished myself in without any room. Is well, for me it's fairly amusing, but there you go. Right, did I get all of them? I did. So that's 2 coming out of there. So probably don't need. You get some weirdness when you have these cascade things. Because what I should actually do is do it after as well. But it ends up requiring a huge amount of stuff, basically. So what we can do is one of these missed? No. Ah, there's one missing there. Let's just make sure they're covered. Yeah, we can put these like this and push more of the material down. That's backing up. Why is that backing up? You shouldn't be backing up there, my son. Perhaps then if I add some extra things in here, like that, and then we can do that. Because that should be pushing down. I could just add a cheeky one in. Let's leave a little... No. Like that. Oh. You see, I should be rebalancing and all this sort of stuff, but as I say, this is the problem with not having left myself enough space, or rather, the double irony of having left the space and then moved it over in such a way that I've now not got the space. I think I'm going to leave this because it's starting to annoy me. Basically, I mean, you can see that. I mean, these aren't chunking through. There is the material to fulfill all of the things here, but I've just not, I've not got a space, and I can't. Why is that not like that? Okay, maybe if I do that, that will help. If you're blocked anyway, so let's just put another one here. There we go. That's a bit better. It's because I find it quite frustrating actually, the whole cascade balancer thing sometimes, especially when you're going on big scale, because you get things like this. This is empty, and it's because you have to have one for every single lane that you've got, basically. Yeah. I mean, it's not far off, basically. I'll say it could do with some fine tuning, it could do with another balancer and stuff, but it's not really the room. I wonder what we're producing anyway. Science. Oh, that's 10 minutes. Okay. So there you go. So it's overdoing it anyway. What's that one? It's because, I mean, it's obviously, I've got the research is running because these aren't doing anything, but this is like 500 is coming from the bus. So it's actually 5,200. And these are just chunking away. Well, that is the bus. Basically, the 500 is the bus. And then this is this until it fills up the train, basically. Oh! Has the train gone off to over here? There it is. Oh, looks like it's done a couple of runs, actually. Cool, yeah. So, that'll do, I think. So, this could do with some fine-tuning, but I've penned myself in such a way that that's not an easy job, and not one I fancy fiddling about with now. So, what we'll do, we'll head back to here again. It's only just over here. And restock everybody, including me. And then we'll come back and we will start Blue Science. We're not going to finish it now because I still have to finish at 6 o'clock today. So in about an hour and a half. And considering it's taken me this long to do this, so if I put a tag on, yeah, we're definitely not going to get Blue Science done, but yeah, I say we'll sort of chuck it in. I mean, we won't get it done because the size of the build for where's that gone? Just for the engine side of it is kind of bonkers. I can also show you my spectacular weirdness. In fact, that's probably what I'll try and do today. The spectacular weirdness that is my red circuit build for this. Have I not got a shot with all of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh no, 12 by 2, 4, 6, 8. So yeah, I'll try and avoid the mistake that I did here with the grey science build, and plan everything out before I even put anything down, because we need quite a lot of stations on this. And because that was actually, that was the other thing I was doing this morning, was landfilling all this in, and these guys are, in fact, let's make sure they're stocked up as well. But this was a lake here, and I did this bit of the lake as well, so hopefully there's enough room here. First thing we'll do is we'll straighten that out. What I'm anticipating is making a T-junction here, and so we can load trains, unload trains on this side as well. Are we all done? No, not quite. Just a few more belts coming. And we're done. Okay. So let's head over here. I'll turn my personal bots off. There's loads of trees over here as well, aren't there? That's a bit of a pain. In fact, actually, let's go there. I got these guys as well, just in case I needed something out of them, but they're military Spidertrons, so they've basically got walls and stuff like that, and I don't need them. Yeah, okay. Where's the... Okay. So if I go... And that wants to be that. Minute. Low. Yeah, because we're going to need iron plate train. Water... I don't want to landfill everything, because obviously I do need water to do the oil processing. Because I'm going to bring in oil for this. I could obviously bring in coal, do it that way, but I'm not sure I fancy the faff of setting up a steam thing. So we do need water. I mean, we've got water there and over here, I guess. Well, I don't want... That's outside the walls. I don't want to grab that. But yeah, we're going to need a iron plate train. In fact, we're going to need 2 iron plate trains. We're going to need a copper train. We're going to need an oil train. Yeah, we're going to need two iron plate, 1 copper, 1 oil. Steel we'll make obviously on site. Green circuits we'll make on site. Well, sorry, red circuits rather we'll make on site. So we need 2 iron plate, 1 copper, 1 oil. Yeah, cool. Okay. Where are we? We're here already. Excellent. Got more legs on. So, I think we'll do it sort of almost in reverse order. So, in fact, actually, let's go and... What we could do is just do this corner first. And get them to build that. So, we need the... straight rail there. And there. That should cross over-ish. And then straight rail here and here. So this is our corner. And we want T-junction there. And we'll tidy that up a little bit. Like that. You lot can move up there. In fact, fill that in for me first. And then move up there. The signals should take care of themselves. I don't think I've created an accidental crash nightmare there, but we'll disconnect it anyway so that they're... Oh! That's not quite... What's happened there? Oh! Why is that like that? Crikey. Yeah, it looks like that train was stopping anyway. I need to disconnect this very carefully without trapping any trains, basically. Right. So just do this bit manually. So you're connected. Is train coming? There isn't any more. Right, let's get rid of all this. Cool. So that straightens that out. Let's avoid getting run over. So, we'll kind of think of it in reverse order. In that, we want... Oh, I have to be slightly careful on this because what I'm thinking of doing is rewiring all of this. So I need to think where... So I think this is going to be maintain the main line. So if we go and stick a... I can always turn it into a T-junction, but I'll do this for the time being. Wrong one. That's the one. So I'll give a little bit of... I need to give some room there. So if I put it in here, ish. So it's the one down from where I am. So if I put it in here, or switch out those signals. Okay. So I can now turn that off. And we'll plan it out, basically. Like I should have done with the grey science. No, I'm in the wrong place. So I need to break my blueprint library up, blueprint book up. So that's the science station, science load. So then ideally, what? Ideally, I want that to be the bottom of the blue science, I think. It's going to be reversed from how I've done it in my other one, but that's fine. So if the blue science is sort of here, coming out here, let's get me generic one there. So if this is the output of the blue science, and we have the blue science outputting so I do my traditional thing there. That would line up like that, but we need to leave enough room. Oh, that's perfect there for a balancer of some description. So I'll do that. In fact, I can't go too far that way because obviously I'm going to hit the wall, but I think there's loads of room there. So actually, it would be probably better, or just safer, if I did that as the very first corner blue science. So I'll put this into the blueprint. So character is in the way. Okay. So I'll make this a blue science. We will give it some prod modules. We will put this bit in. Like so. So that I know it's all hooked up. I could obviously take it out there, couldn't I? It gives me slightly less options for feeding stuff in if I do that. So this is the very left-hand top corner for this, and I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we'll do 2 to 4 to 8 to 12. Excellent. Then we want a silly number of engines, basically. Now what I've done, basically, let's just check that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 making engines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 making it. Yeah, that's right. So it goes five of these making engines, and I don't think if I put that on engines, I can't. No, I can do prod modules in engines, can't I? It's one of those weird inconsistencies. Because you can't do prod modules in pipes, but you can in engines, even though they use pipes. Right, so, no, I'll just put them down to start with, and then I'll hook everything up once I've worked out how to do it. So this is 5, isn't it, that I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just check that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I then need, oops, to switch. Why is that not? Oh, it's because it's a copy and paste job. I then need to switch to smelters to give us the steel, and we want 2, 3, 4 of them. We then want to switch. In fact, I should know that would be if I. No, actually, I'll leave that because I could have put the prod modules in them, but that would mean bringing the bots over because I don't have any of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, it's only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have one doing cogs, and we have one doing pipes. Now them I can put in. So do that, like that, and that. I say you can't put prods in, but you can put speeds in. Right, and then we copy and paste this entire thing for each of these. And I'll just do it one by one, I think. 2, 3, 4. This is why we're not going to finish blue today, because even just hooking it up, even just filling it out, is going to take a while. Unless this doesn't have any of the connections on it or anything. Right, so that's that bit of it. What we then want, because we also have to provide it with red provide them with red circuits. You can kind of see when, all right, I've kind of felt, you know, when I was doing this, you sort of understand a bit more. I'm going to use probably a cheeky term, but as a veteran, as someone who's played the game through a lot, why people struggle so much with blue science, because this is obviously a big scale, but the ramp up between green science, even grey science, and blue science is kind of silly, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So what I'm then doing, you see, on the bottom here, is where's the there it is. This is where I'm making the red circuits, and this is going to be fun. This when we do the connections for this, because it's confusing how I've done it, but it's how I've done it, and I'm sticking with it. So what I do, you see, I have a red science here, and then we have one doing cables. In fact, I can put the prods in, can't I? If I've got them. I'd have one doing cables. No, oh yeah, cables. And then we have the red science again. Not red science, red circuits again. Like that. But what we then have on the side is a little cheeky one doing green circuits. And we put some prods in there. And we want to copy and paste this across here. Right. And effectively that green one feeds all of these red circuits. If I got my maths right there. No, I had one too many. So it feeds the 4 there. And then on the other side, we have another one of these that feeds these ones. So say we have a bit of a belt spaghetti special. If I just copy that bit, and we want 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 3 sets of these basically. So we want 2, 3. Now, what we also need is plastic and sulfur, and they are in, you know, obviously oil builds. But what I'm going to do is it might get a bit messy here, isn't it? What I'm going to do, basically, I'm going to leave a bit of space, I think, and then we'll put the, you know, the 2 irons and the copper. In fact, do the other way around, probably easier. Copper and iron, copper and 2 irons, and then the oil train drop off. Have I even got an oil train delivery? I don't think I have. We'll have to build that then. Then the oil, and basically the processing of both the plastic. Oh, I need coal, of course, as well if I'm doing plastic. We could do that basically here as a separate sort of thing, or on the side here, or whatever. It's why I did all this down here, but we're going to have to probably do a bit more landfill to fit it all in. Yeah, so as I say, what I'll do is we'll basically put them on the bottom here, and that then gives a bit of space, unlike I've got at the top. And if I decide I want to put the oil in here, we can, you know, put it in there. But you know, I'm trying to avoid doing the error I made there, basically. Right, so we want a T junction. Like that. I say this will be copper. In fact, let's put them in first. So that's copper. That's iron. That's iron. That's, well, oil or coal. So yeah, I'm going to have to landfill all this, aren't I? I was hoping I could get away with just doing some of it, as it were. Or just doing that bit. So I'm going to have to landfill all of that. Right. So let's get you lot doing this bit first. And I'll go and stamp down the blueprints for this. which are that one. So what was it? It was copper, iron, onion. I say I haven't got a oil drop off one. Have we filled all this in? Let's do a bit more. Gonna need you to do that as well, lads, I'm afraid. So let's find the T-junction again. Yeah, as I say, I haven't got an oil drop off, I don't think. I could plop down the... I've shot right past it there, haven't I? Plop down the... There we go. Plop down the what? The outpost blueprint, I guess. Let's just check. I didn't do an unload, did I? So those are the processing ones. So that's just, you know, belt-based unloading. That's the science, and then those are the junctions. So no, I don't have an oil unloading. I've got that. It's not going to be a great deal of use, that, I don't think. No, okay. So if we plop down the belt unloading, and then I'll sort of correct it from there. I mean, I could, well, we could pick that up next week, I think, actually, because so there's no way I'm going to fill all this in. So if I plop this down, and then kind of get rid of, in fact, it's actually still a special one with what, belts, undergrounds, splitters, fast inserters, stack inserters, and then if we take that out, oops, that should be all of them gone. Yeah, and I say at some point, whether it's now or later, I've missed a couple of bits there, lads. You've not been careful. Not given due care and attention. Oh, you're picking up the trees, aren't you? I don't want you picking up the trees. You'll fill up your inventories. Right, so what we can do is start the process of filling it out. I'm afraid that's probably going to be the entire stream then. Because so I'm going to have to end at 6 again. And there's no way I've got enough stuff to even fill all this out, basically. Let alone connect up all the belts, etc., etc. Just fill out that as well. In fact, actually, cancel that. Maybe that's what we could use for... If I take all of that off. Maybe this is where we could get our water from. Because we're going to need quite a lot, actually, because we're doing all converting and stuff. So instead of that, if you lot go over here, in case this is where I want to do the actual oil and plastic and stuff, fill that bit in, and that'll be grand. Pop my bots on, and then we'll just wander around, filling it all in for a bit. There's a period of the British summer. Obviously, it's everybody's summer, but there's a period of the British summer usually where we have a whole load of sporting events in a row. So there's like cricket and, you know, test matches and Wimbledon, the British Grand Prix. Obviously, this year we've got the Euros as well. But I have very little interest in sport in general. I just like, well, I like motorsport, but the only one I sort of have time to follow is Formula One. What are you waiting for? You've just run out of juice. So let's grab some of them. But yeah, it means it gives a strange effect where there's absolutely nothing going on, as it were, in the, shall we say, public discourse. So, you know, my friends are more into sport generally than I am, and they're all talking about everything going on, and I'm just completely lost because it's all just a bit foreign to me. Because, say, I don't generally pay a great deal of attention to many sports. But it also means the TV becomes this weird thing of it's just wall to wall sport, basically. And there's just absolutely nothing to watch normally. Apart from sport. Sports ball. No, I don't complain. I mean, people enjoy it. I'm not, watch what they want. Why have you not put that in? I say it's sort of it's particularly strange because like the Euros, because apparently we're in the final, I think, or something. I say don't ask me, but apparently we're in the final. Oh, you never emptied them out. Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if suddenly I'll just be, pootling around in Factorio, and then there'll suddenly be all these cheers because I'm not far from a pub, basically a public house, and I'm sure it'll be on there. I'm sure lots of people will be watching, and suddenly there'll be shouts, particularly it's a goal scored or whatever, or conceded, and it can be really, really confusing because it's like, why is everyone shouting? What's going on? Is there a riot? Right, so that's them all filled out, I think. Yep. So let's go and do this one up here as well. I'll set the symbols so I know what they are, but I'm not going to set the trains running again because if I do have to pick this up, it's going to be a lot easier without any stuff in the chests. But so I'll put the symbols on so that I also then know if I've missed one. Because it's a copper, 2 irons, a coal, and an oil. I say the oil's not done. I'll put this train in there because obviously I'm not going to actually hook it up until a while later. Have you got trains? You have, I think. Yes, you have. There we go. So plop this in like so. And pop that down. Like that. Grab you. Do them two. Blue science. Blue science. Let's change that to blue beakers. Oops. I keep using E now to confirm. Right, so we want what's the naming convention I've used? It's the beaker first, I think. Yeah, so we want blue beaker, iron 1 unload? No, copper should be, shouldn't it? First, copper. There we go. Oops. Press D again. And then this one's iron 1. So we want blue beaker and iron plate 1. And we just copy that, paste that there. And edit that to 2. And then this is coal. So that would be blue. Oops. Blue beaker. Coal. And then oil. So blue beaker. Oops. And that's raw oil, basically. I'm just going to convert everything because you don't actually need a great deal because it's plastic, and the sulfur's actually because you get loads of sulfur out of just a single single set of machines. Right. So what we'll do, we'll get that little bit there filled out, and then we'll send them round over here. See if they can fill some of that in on the way. And then get them to refill in case we need loads of landfill. Next bit then. There's something missing here apparently. What are we missing? What are we missing? Oh, chests. Okay. I guess that makes sense because there's no... Oh, sorry, it's a lot of stations that we put down. Is it run out, or have you just... Yeah, that's everything you see. What? Oh, Have you got any? You haven't got any. Obviously, because these need prod modules in, and I've missed that out. Oh, not that we've got any. So let's head back, restock. If I turn that on, get rid of them. Right, what's this train doing? It's chunking away. 5,000. How many have you got in total? We've got 20. Let's have a look at this, because this is now sort of its... Oh. Oh, right. So coal is just not turning up quick enough. That's interesting. I mean, I need loads of outposts. I've not... that didn't seem to be all that much that it unloaded there. Is there some problem with that outpost? It seems to be moving very slow. Is it flipped out? It could well have flipped over to coal again. Yeah, I have to come up with a proper solution for that. What's probably easiest, basically, is rather than load them both at the same station, is just to stick an extra stop in, and we'll have one that's for bus length trains, and one that's for science build length trains. So 1242 and 1484. That's almost certainly going to be easiest because I can easily sort of split this up or just feed it across maybe. Because there's nothing else going to happen at these outposts. Yeah, so they are loading up quick. It's probably just because it's running on coal. Yeah. Okay. How are we doing? We're stocking up. Has it done all the solar? It's done all the solar. Let's plop some of them in while we wait. Now, where are they? Could do is splitting my blueprints up, but kind of say that's another one I say on a regular basis. I probably build, in terms of learnings, I would probably build a dedicated site. I'm going to leave that in case I need more landfill. But so I'll probably build a dedicated solar factory if I was doing this again, to really crank out the solar panels. Because, I mean, not that this has gone slowly or anything, but just seems more sensible. And I could also then put multiple stations, because one of the problems with this is, I mean, they're going an enormous distance. There's only 500, I think. So let's fill all this out down here, like so. Like that. Is that enough for you to do? I don't like to stack up too many jobs for them because, because of how far they come in. Oh, we're still going. Crikey. So let's put a few more in then. Maybe if I put them in here. Like this. Fill that corner. I'm still a bit undecided on the uranium because if I'm going to rearrange all the bus at some point to put all of the green circuits and red circuits in here, then there is uranium here, so why bother training it in? There's no real point in me grabbing this, because what I'd originally thought is extend this, and plus it's still only still only 2/3 of a million after all these many hours. So is it going to make a lot of difference, really? Oh, I know, I never put the pumps in, did I? Okay. How are we doing? Are we all full now? Yep. Cool. So let's head back. I mean, what I could do, I could hook it up, and then when I eventually do, or if I do transition this over, then I could just disconnect that effectively, even though it's not finished. But I want to do, the thought with a separate network is because I've got so many trains running around here that when this, when I switch all these builds on, you're going to get traffic jams everywhere. Well, not down here, but these are very busy junctions already, and this is, it's basically switched off. I mean, it isn't, but yeah, there's nowhere near enough coal coming in. I've not done something silly with a train where I've put I can't really check, have I? Where's it gone? Is that it? It is moving very slowly. I can't check the filtering. I just wondered if I put the filtering on wrong, maybe. Right, here we go. Get all of this filled out as best we can. Might switch your grid out. Let's do that if I need to. The scale is something I never really kind of fully got my head around, if you see what I mean. Oh, we're full of wood. We're full of wood. In the sense that are you out of beacons already? Yeah, you're out of beacons already. Crikey. And that's what I mean. You know, that's an entire Spidertron full of beacons and modules, and we've done 2 trips, and it's filled out 2. You know, we need another entire trip to fill out all of the beacons, basically. And that's with me having forgotten some of the, some of the recipes, as it were. Right, so let's, because that's everything we can do without more beacons and modules. I think I'm going to connect the power just so it's not flashing out at me. Drives me a bit nuts, the flashing icon. So I'll just connect this, and then if we have to redo it later, we'll just redo it. That's not in a straight line, is it? Oh, no, it is. No, that's fine. Right, let's go back again. But yeah, you know, I say the scale of it all is always a bit sort of surprising to me. Well, this is only 5,000 with the anticipation that it'll actually run at maybe 4. Because I'm not sure of my appetite for going back to all the builds and doing things. I mean, obviously, you know, the coal. You know, I need more trains. Basically, that's all. That's the real problem there. But you know, that's kind of part of the point in the sense that, you know, it looks like, given the stone train is, you know, kind of coping. I think, oh well, I don't know, how much have we got in each of those? Yeah, maybe these should be the other way around, given that the outpost is out this way. Because at the moment they're crossing over and it's blocking it. The one that's doing the most journeys, I think, is blocking the one that's doing less journeys. And obviously this is blocked by, you know, both of them and blocks them and all that sort of stuff. And so here we go. Here's a traffic jam happening. This is actually why when I signal T junctions, I tend to always use the chain signals and it's for this reason. It massively hampers throughput, so it's not ideal in any way. And it's because I got far too many junctions, you know. But that's the root cause of that. But I always set them up so that you can't, basically a train can't really block the entire junction. So you see they're actually pausing here, even though, you know, so they're leaving this entirely clear, basically. And I say it slows them down massively, but it stops log jams. So here we go, we've got some log jams going on here. Not log jams, big traffic jams, basically. And I say this is why I need to move this, or if I'm going to keep the build, which I think I am, you know, keep the bus rather, which I think I am, I need to move all of this over here, I think. Because then all these tiny trains, having said that, have I blocked myself? No, there you go, you see. I can pass. There's probably a one of these should be that shouldn't be a rail signal. That should be, no, that definitely shouldn't be a rail signal. That should be a chain signal. I've obviously not fixed that when I put the blueprint down. No, I haven't done that in any of them, have I? Yeah, but that's one of the reasons. So it blocks all the trains, you know, from just entering the junction at all, which causes traffic jams. But in a sense, I don't mind traffic jams compared to log jams, because if you log jam a junction, especially when you've got a lot of trains, because you basically have to get into we can use the temporary junctions now, temporary stops now, but you used to have to basically get into every train and move it out the way in order to unblock the station. And that's all going back to why I don't do roundabouts and any of that stuff, because I just got totally scarred from having to unblock log jams all the time. But yeah, so basically what I was thinking is all of these, trains that are rattling about, pulling material in from the for the bus. I'll completely separate them. So there'll be a slice there. We'll chop that off, and then all of the trains feeding this bus system will go up here on their own line, and we'll put in some outposts especially for them. That kind of defeats the purpose of the entire train system that I designed, the outpost system that I designed. But as I've said several times, this is all a learning exercise. But and I can just reuse these and edit them for each one. But yeah, my outposts that are designed for both pickups for both the bus and the and the science builds. It's just I've just basically made a decision to not do that. so yeah. Right. I'm probably going to have to kill all these trees, aren't I, as well? Oh, did I not do my personal? Oh. Doesn't make a lot of difference. Is that all filled in? I think mostly. We're getting a few flashing symbols. What are we missing? You're not empty again, are you? Not quite. Are we going to be able to do that? I didn't actually check whether it was properly full or not. We might not be making enough beacons. Yeah, we're out. Partly this is probably about how many I would have on me. Okay. Have you got prods? You have. Okay. So let's grab them. Has anyone got any rubbish that they don't really need? So you got some belts. Okay. Okay, so we'll jump out. We'll send the spiders back. And I'll put what prods I can into these machines. They're all fine, but these aren't. Oh, good. Put some legs on. Prods. Okay. That. And that's all she wrote. So I'm going to need a few more prods, but that's fine. What I'll do is try and clear the trees out a bit, which requires me to probably have that on and find my tree clearing blueprint, which would be all the way down there. So let's try and get rid of some of these. Biddly bob. Rid of all this. And I'm going to stick them in a wooden chest and blow them up. Like that. Have I? It doesn't appear to be restocking my shotgun ammo. Have I messed that up? Oh, is that the one? There was one that I accidentally deleted. Is that it? Yeah, it's that one. Cool. Okay, that would explain why. Gonna grab them. I mean, I could make this a lot more compact, you know, because I don't necessarily need everything to have all of this space around it, but space isn't really the issue. Cool. Okay. Do that. Are you lot done now? So I'm probably not making that many beacons because it's one of those items that I need. You know, when I need it, I need millions of them, and when I don't need it, you know, I don't need any of them. And the gaps between the two are quite big. How are we doing? So 510, I think that's about all it carries. So we'll bring them all back. Oops. And what else can I do? Just check out if there's any. Have I got speeds? No, I haven't. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so the madness that is this creation. I'm definitely going to hook that up next time. Not doing that now. Have we got all the trees? I think we got all the trees. Excellent. So. No, did miss one. And another. And another. In fact, I probably need to clear these, don't I, if I'm going to feed in. Like that. Right, so pop that on there. Last lot, hopefully. Well, yeah. Alright, pop them in there. Load that up. Cool. Any of this missed? Looks good to me. But we need to put some prod modules in somewhere, don't we? Here we go. And you should have some still? Yeah, there we go. Let's grab all of them. So, oops. Stick these in here. Excellent. So that, I mean, that's just hooking up the basics. You know, literally putting the machines down. That's not connecting anything up to actually make anything. Let's bring you lot over. And park you over here somewhere. Now, basically, what we need to do is work out how we're doing the train side of things, because obviously each of these green circuits requires iron plate, and quite a lot of iron plate because of how they're, max beaconed basically. I also then need to feed, because these are products that I'm making along here, so I just need to feed everything up. But this is steel, so I need to, oh, that's actually a point. I can put them in. So these all need, too far up. These all need iron plate as well. As you can see, it's quite long. So get all of these in. Oops. To these. Right. Yeah, and these need iron plate as well. So there's all sorts of lots of iron plate coming in that we need to sort out. And how am I doing that? I'm doing that by, which blueprint is that? That's the wrong one. Not blueprint, picture. So that's that build, and then that's right. So what I'm doing, okay, so on this picture I'm outputting the actual engines along the top. So I'm outputting them there. No, that's oil. God, that's quite small. Okay, because they're going in the opposite direction. But yeah, it's quite slow, blue science. So it doesn't need too many inputs, basically. How am I putting the sulfur in then? I do need sulfur, don't I? Yeah. I think I'm just feeding it down from the other side. Okay. So basically, red circuits, we can have coming up the top here, along this side. Engines we can have feeding in from there, and then sulfur from the bottom. So let's sort of blueprint that up. Plop down and copy and paste basically. So sulfur will just. We don't actually need that much sulfur, so I could just take it down the middle. Nah, let's give ourselves all options. So this would be the sulfur coming in, like that. This would be the red circuits coming in, like that. And then this would be the engines. Will that reach across? Yeah, loads of room. So if that was there, like that. Because what's the ratios on them? Oh, we only need one sulfur, 2 engines and 3 circuits. So it might be better if the sulfur was the one I bring over the top then, because we need less of that. So I could bring it up the middle, but... And then this one is the engines. Like that. Put that there. Yeah, so we've got sulfur coming in that way. Are they all pointing the right way? Yeah. Got red circuits coming in there. And then we got engines coming in there. Excellent. So I'll copy and paste this. Plop it down a few times. Copy and paste that. I love copy and paste. With the exception of the picker tool, possibly one of the best quality of life updates they've done. So if I do that, then that should be sorted. Like that. And on there. Cool. I then got to hook the engines up, haven't I? So I better do that, the outputs as it were, first, or I'll forget. Now, does that mean that's in the wrong place? It does, doesn't it? If I want to do my usual shenanigans. Doesn't really matter, I guess. I could just do it this way round, basically. So I'll do that, that, oops, that, and that. Cool. Now, what I'll do is I'll copy that across all of these, and then think about how best to do, because we also need both pipes and steel, and steel is probably easiest to feed down the middle because it's just a single row, single item, single row thing, and that gives me options around gears and, you know, pipes basically. So basically what we can do is feed steel that way with a simple contraption. In fact, I can put that there, can't I? And like that. No. Make sure that's hooked up. Like that. And then iron, I'm pretty sure one iron input handles it all from memory, because steel is sufficiently slow that, you know, it's kind of covered, if you see what I mean. So, but if we put like that, and then, in fact, let's put a stack, just to be sure. So basically we'll have iron plate coming up here, up the middle, and then outputting to there. They both output on the far side of the belt, but that's going to just take both of them. And that then feeds across. So it needs, let's put a stack on it just in case. Okay, so if I copy and, in fact, copy and paste the middle bit, 4 of them, like that, then we need shenanigans basically, because we need to feed in 2 iron for these and only 1 iron for these, and have those output. So what we can do probably is have, if I give myself sort of maximum options, I can put that like that. Why am I doing this on this one? I should be doing it on this one. So that gives me the option of inserting on both ends, but we'll only put 1 on for the moment. And then if we do this lad here, again, we'll only put 1 on, but it gives us the options. We need then to output Here. And we should be alright with a couple of stacks, but if we need fast, we can cover that off. Then hopefully that'll reach across. That reaches across. Now, can I perhaps, because again, a couple of stacks should be fine on this. So basically now the top side will have pipes on it. So we want to feed the cogs onto that side. And a couple should be good, but again, we'll leave options. And then should be okay. Oh, I've actually double fed the iron there as well. Okay. Okay. That's fine. It's not a problem. So it's like that, basically. And then it just feeds across here, and obviously these don't really interact with it as such, but oops. Oh, I shouldn't have. What did I do there? That was foolish. Because what I actually want I might actually be kind of cheeky and do that, because that then means that it's aligned there, and I can do that. I'm going to put one stack inserter on that, but we may need a couple because it's obviously feeding in two things. But we'll give it a go with just the one, like that. And here's where we need to be a bit careful, because obviously we have things going in all sorts of directions counter to each other, basically. So we need to be a little bit careful there. That's not on there, is it? That's only on the one, so I need to put that there. Like that. Again, being a little careful with the actual orientation of everything. This is what I should have done with the grey signs, but it's being a bit cocky. Right, so that needs to be there. That's the input on that one, and I'll just copy and paste that to there. Right, so we've got iron ore, or rather iron plate, coming up there, and feeding in there to make pipes. The pipes are outputting on the far side of the belt. That belt is transferring over here. We've got iron plate coming up there, which we're turning into cogs and putting on the other side of the belt. And that belt is running all the way down here to our engines. And we're being careful that it doesn't somehow interact weirdly with our other feeds for blue signs. We've then got steel, which we are making from iron plate coming in from the bottom and transferring. There's an error. They're not connected. So that needs connecting there. And that's fine there then. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. And the steel is feeding in there. And there's no currently issues in terms of other inserters there. Okie dokie. Then they're outputting on the bottom and on both sides of the belt, just in case. Excellent. So, should be able to copy and paste this whole rigmarole and stamp it in over and over again. By egg. How are we doing on time? 5:45. Okay. we'll see if we can't plop this in. Like this. And like that. So what we need here is 1 iron, 2 iron, 3 iron, 4 iron, 5 iron, 6 iron, 7 iron, 8 iron, which of course is what our train supplies. Which is why we've got 2 trains basically, because we also need iron for these. Well, there we go. Right, let's get you over. And we'll run around and try and fill as much of this as we can out. So it looks like we've run out of undergrounds. Okay, what I am going to do, I'm just going to plop some ghost undergrounds here to show me where the output is on this one. On these ones, rather. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I got 8 there, so I need 8 to 8 balancer, basically. Oof. So what we're missing? We're missing 1 million undergrounds, basically. Because this is what... Yesterday, I was running out of actual belt. And today, and what I did, I swapped out a lot of the belt orders in the Spidertrons for underground orders. And now, of course, I'm running out of undergrounds. So basically, there's never enough stuff. That's the moral of the story. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to head back to base. I'm going to plop down the radar and then head back to base, or 2. So if I plop a radar over here somewhere. No, over here. Let's try and put it in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So 2, 4, 6. So it should be there-ish. But I need power pole, which isn't connected. Still not connected. Brilliant. Right, so that gives me radar coverage on that bit. And let's go and plot one sort of on the edge. To give me radar coverage here as well. Why have I got an underground belt? Oh, that's the sulfur, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, so let's head back to base and get everybody, including me, restocked. How am I doing on modules? 14,000, 66,000. Okay. Yeah, it should be okay. Yeah, so it's coming up to 6 o'clock, basically, which is when I need to end. What's going on there? Oh, okay. Which is when I need to end. All of the... In fact, actually, I'm going to pop over here first, and then head over there. In which case I might just do that, because otherwise we'll end up with random items in chests, I think, if we do that. Yes, so going up to 6 o'clock, so going to end the stream fairly soon, so I'll do my sort of self-promo stuff. I didn't say it today, but I know a few people watch on YouTube. So hello to YouTube viewers, as I say. I didn't actually say hello to you guys. But yes, also, and obviously, hello to everyone who's watched live, as it were, with Twitch. I'm Trismegistus, at Trismegistus. This is where you can find me. Well, I'm not actually, I'm Mark, but I go by the username Trismegistus. Is that all connected up? Yep. And you can you can find me on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube at Trismegistus. However, on Twitter and YouTube, it's alias to Triggles. So the nickname is Triggles, which is easier to say. I may well change this one because I think you can do nicknaming on Twitch as well, but we'll see about that. Yes, and I stream I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, starting at 3 p.m. British Summer Time. You can find a schedule on my page if you want to find out what that is in your local time. And I stream Satisfactory on Friday for 2 hours. Doing really well actually. I'm about to I'm about to unlock the map. It's slightly bonkers to me that to do the map you have to do a whole load of research. It seems daft. I say it seems daft to me that in order to have a map in the game, you have to do all this research. That seems weirdly broken, and it's not. I mean, it's not a lot of research in a way, but it's research using quartz, which is really difficult to find because it's in caves, and the caves are full of spiders. And I'm basically I'm going to do a load of quartz mining, so I can do that, and then I can get a map, and that'll help me plan things out better because I'm getting to a stage where in Satisfactory where things are going to have to go big in order to do what I need to do, and I need a map to work it all out because I can't. Well, I struggle with Factorio's map, and that's really simple in a way. But yeah, so we're doing quite well, Satisfactory, and it's good fun. It's a couple of hours, and so I know quite a few people. For me, I mean, scale is tiny compared to your big streamers, but quite a few people do watch on YouTube um, each week. But yeah, if if you're ever around, if you're uh, at 3 o'clock on BST at 3 p.m. BST, then do come and say hello on the live stream. Be great to have some people saying hi. But my main series is this one, which is Factorio, where I am attempting. I think we might be. No. Oh, we're not out of transport belts again, are we? I mean, I have been using them like Billio. No, there's 3,000 there. Why are you not bringing me them? Why are you not bringing me those bots? Oh, you are going to bring me them. Oh, it was Undergrounds. Yes, but this series where I'm attempting to build a Megabase, which is multiple thousands of science packs per minute, I'm aiming for over 5,000. But if I get over 4,000, even over 3,000, and that's continuous sustained level. So it's idea is that it's continuous production of that amount. I mean, this base as it stands can do 500. This bus can do 500. So if I technically just wanted to do a mega base, I could double these, add more lanes of stuff, and I'd be done. But so I kind of want to do a proper mega base where it's actual proper big science builds or big-ish science builds. So that's what I'm trying to do. Red's done, green's done. Military we finished today, though I think there's some problems and we're not getting enough coal coming in. I need to do loads of outposting, but that's tedious, so I'm not planning to do too much of that on stream. Only if I finish all the science builds and I still need more material. But yeah, blue science is I've laid it all down and it's now a case of hooking it up. So that's what I'll do next week on the stream. Are we full up yet? No. So it looks like I might have a bit of an issue with underground belts. Why would that be? Where's belts? Belts, there we go. Why would that be? Simply a lack of cogs, basically. I think. because these are running full time. It's just, I mean, what I should do. This is like, lessons learned, as it were. I should build a bus factory that can really properly produce what I need it to. But also, I don't actually know, when I started this, I didn't know how many undergrounds or normal belts or anything that I would need. So it's very much, or is it lube? No, it's not lube. Yeah, so it's all very much a learning exercise for me. So it's you that, yeah, I could probably put some speeds in that because I think it's just, yeah. Anyway, we'll just leave that to chunk away because I am about to end the stream. So if you have been watching, then thanks for doing so. But as I say, you can catch me at the weekend, 3 p.m. BST. These over the summer, these are going to be 3 hours, but I have been doing 4 hour ones, and I'll probably return to that, in the autumn when we're fully opened up again in the UK, and I've done all my family and friend visits that should have happened for the last 2 years but never did. And now things are back to normal, so I'll probably go back to doing 4 hour streams again. But for the summer, it's going to be 3 hour streams. I mean, hopefully, I'm kind of hoping we'll have finished this series by the by the end of summer. But yeah, we'll see. The VODs, yes, sorry. So the point of mentioning the YouTube channel was that the VODs go up on Fridays for Satisfactory, really early in the morning, and Tuesdays and Thursdays for Factorio. There's a complete playlist there if you want to ever check them out, catch up with the episodes. They're unedited. I have been thinking about doing edited highlights, but that requires me to do editing, and I hate editing. So yeah, so you can catch the VODs, watch the entire series there. About 40 odd, 44, I think, something streams in. So it's quite a lot, but the episodes are titled, so you can hopefully work out what's going on. Skip ones you don't want to watch, but yeah. So yeah, that's everything. I think. I say, if you have been watching, then thanks for joining me. Thanks if you've been watching on YouTube. Thanks for catching up there or watching the episode there. I hope it was interesting, and I hope to catch you in another one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.